Hello and welcome back to Mars Horizon, where we are leading Japan in the space race. In the last episode we completed the Milestone Mars orbit. If you haven't seen that episode or previous, please find a link in the description below to take you to the playlist for this Let's Play. In this episode we'll be focusing on the next milestone for the Moon, which is crewed moon landing. So let's continue. Yep, as I was saying, we are going to be looking at doing the crewed moon landing. So, one giant leap for mankind. Okay, so we've researched the payload and we've researched this, the recommended or the suggested parts in the previous episode. And then, like I say, we've got the Apollo payload. So we're working towards, going to be looking at getting that set up now. We are working towards the commercial satellite and then on to the payload of ComSat. Okay, but with these new booster and upper stages, they need the large launch pad, otherwise they won't be able to launch, which is why we also got the large launch pad researched. But if I go back to our base, we have constructed it. We have 10 more months to go before it's ready to be used, but that shouldn't stop us from preparing ourselves and planning for the mission, so we shall do that now. Okay, so this mission will require 3 astronauts. It's got a good payload to start with. We can do additional crew to have additional crew member on board. Got comms and we've got navigation. So looking at the information, we have 5 objectives to complete, which is perform the translunar injection, achieve lunar orbit, perform lunar descent, dock with command module, and then perform controlled re-entry. Okay, so we're looking at we've got a lot of comms and navigation, pretty straightforward though I believe. So we could look at getting a comms and navigation extra, but it does take the navigation, the payload reliability does come down, and so forth. But I think the standard one should be sufficient. Also, like I say, the crewed one is good, but I don't want to hire a 4th astronaut just yet until we need to. So we'll stick with the standard for pay reasons as well and reliability, which we can increase with training. So we'll select that payload and we will confirm and go back. So looking at our active missions, we've got the astrophotic sensors will be launched in 5 months. We had a bit of an issue with this one, if I remember correctly. The suboptimal date was reduced and all that kind of stuff, so it meant that it had a very long time before we could even launch that mission. We are doing a Spacewalk and Manoeuvring unit, and that will be ready to plan to schedule the mission window, which is in 3 months' time. But that one will just give us a nice boost in our support and science. And so with the sensors, that's got a nice chunk of science there for us to go with. And so we're now getting the payload, the Apollo payload, ready to do the crewed moon landing. So as usual, it's all go. And so research wise, as I said before, we're doing the commercial satellites. So that will take a while to go because we're getting 500 odd research per month. So we'll get there eventually in quite a few months time, but we'll get there. So we'll move on to the next month. So China completed phase 1 of the Mercury orbit, so that's good for them. Is anyone doing they're doing satellite? No. Okay, so they're all working towards orbital EVA, and space stations be interesting to get sorted out next. But I think we'll just skip to the next month because there's nothing to do now. Okay, so water discovered on Mars. Your satellite orbiting Mars has detected trace amounts of water on the surface, hinting at the possibility that the planet could once have supported life. A popular magazine has admitted that it was too hasty in its previous dismissal of the barren world, dedicating a 4-page spread to the spectacular sights of the red planet. Brilliant. So Mars has water. So we're getting additional support, which is what we always need to gain our monthly income. Okay, so Spacewalk Manoeuvring unit is ready. It's got no effects, which is good. And let's do launch preparations. Okay, so we need to assign 2 astronauts. We have all 3 available. We will need these back for the moon landing, but we should be okay. Okay, so I'm going to go with start each mission. Yeah, so we'll get the test pilot just to ensure we get the rocket into space, and we will use the electrician to start each task with +1 power. Okay, So we're going to confirm that selection. So at the minute we've got 81% launch reliability and 8% payload. So we're going to select this, and I'm going to go with the payload reliability just to ensure we get a good successful mission. We'll go in August. Could try July. We'll try July, just to give it a little bump up. Okay, so we'll confirm the setup and go. Okay, so the Apollo has 3 months to go, and so both these will go in 2 months' time. So research, we've got another 1,000 to go, so we've got another 2 more months to go with that, and we should be having that research unlocked. So let's go to the next event. So commercial satellite research is complete, and we have the first mission to go. And this is the Mars one, so I believe this has 2 phases, so the payload is very, very low on this one. So we'll see how it goes, so let's go. And we have the Spacewalk Manoeuvring unit, which is a lot better, 86 and 81% of reliabilities. So let's launch this one. Looks like a good day. Okay then, launch day. So we've got good conditions, so we're down to 3% critical and 89% launch reliability, so let's continue. Looks like another successful launch. Okay, and yep, 65%. Very nice. Yep, so again, boosters and upper stage won't get any further, they've got max level, so we'll continue. Okay, so do spacewalk. Okay, so to achieve this objective, we need 5 comms, 5 data, and 5 navigation. And to achieve 15% extra bonus, we need 10 of the comms, the data, and the navigation. We have 2 crew members and 7 power. So let's see what we can do, and I'll get back to you shortly. Okay. Alright, last turn. So far so good. We've completed the objective. We need to get 2 more comms and 3 navigation. So how are we going to do this? Okay, so we have got a spare navigation, so we could do something different there. So we could use the crew, and then we need to get additional comms. So I'm tempted to do that and then recharge. So yeah, we'll use the crew and some power to gain 2 navigation, a comms, and some 2 data. And then we'll use some power to get 2 comms and recharge. So that should give us the bonus. Okay, that looks successful. There we go, mission done now because we've got the spare power. So, brilliant. So we've conducted mission EVAs. So let's continue. Okay, so we've got to conduct the EVA now. So to do this objective, we now need to get 5 comms, 7 data. And the bonus is 10 comms, 14 data. We have navigation, power, and crew as secondary resources. So I'll see what I can do and I'll get back to you. Confirm and go. Okay, so 50%, that's good. And the last one, successful. Perfect. Okay, so we've conducted the mission EVAs and just got to now perform the controlled re-entry. Right, so to achieve this one we need 5 comms and 7 navigation. And to get the bonus we need 10 comms and 14 navigation. We've got data, power and crew as secondary. So I'll see what I can do and get back to you. Thank God for that. 2 more astronauts back to Earth safely. If that's one of the things I want to achieve in this Let's Play, is I would not like to lose any astronauts. Okay, so that mission was successful. So we gained a load of support and a load more research for 5 months. And so, yep, 2 crew members will now recuperate for 6 months. Okay, so active missions, we can now start with the atmospheric sensors, which is 2 phases because this is off to Mars. And the research is complete. So we'll go straight for the ComSat payload. So yeah, a versatile payload capable of carrying a wide range of communications, navigation and observation instrumentation. So we'll get that researched and ready to go. And the moon landing is 1 more month away for having its payload complete. And we do have additional mission slots. So we can do the solar wind, which isn't actually that valuable. The moon actually hasn't got any. And it looks like we have another Penetrator mission which has got some more information. So this mission grants a vehicle upgrade as an additional reward upon success. Upgrades are optional components that, once unlocked, can be added to your vehicle during the design stage. Okay, so upgrade effects. Each upgrade has a unique effect that can have substantial impact upon your vehicle and the mission itself. Be sure to prioritize request missions that grant upgrades that you want to unlock. Okay, so this will give us a compensate casing vehicle upgrade. Using the compensate materials for the rocket, motor casing reduces overall construction costs. So we just get an additional or reduction of 10% of vehicle costs and a load of credits or funding. Again, it'll be 2 phases because I think we'll have to do Mars trajectory transfer and then into the atmospheric entry. So I believe that might be the one we want to go for. I don't think we've got anything out here until we probably do the mission, so that's one bonus for doing these missions out here. So yeah, there's nothing on Earth and there's nothing on the moon, and the next available mission we want to do is ComSat. So let's get this one done because the 5,000 K credits would be pretty good. So let's plan that mission. Okay, so we've got standard, observation, comms and prototype. I'm going to stick with just a standard one because I think so the prototypes are good for the cost, but they can be a bit of a pain when doing the missions to successful missions outcome. Okay, so with that planned and ready to go, we will do the launch. Okay, so good condition. So we've got only a 7% critical failure now, 71% launch. So let's go. Okay, looks like that's good bit, and that looks pretty good as well. Now, how successful was it? Very good. So we get additional comms on the first task in this mission. So strong comms, let's go. Continue. Okay, so this is phase 1 for to enter Mars transfer orbit. Okay, so we've got to get 2 comms, 5 navigation and 3 thrust. We've got 50% bonus reward for 4 comms, 10 navigations and 6 thrust. We've got comms and power as our secondary resources. So I'll see what I can do and I'll get back to you. Right, so I'm going to just complete the task because, as I say, the payload is that unreliable, it's not doing the good. So we've got our data, navigation and we have our thrust. So we're going to complete the task and go. So it's not always about getting the bonus, it's about ensuring we get the mission successfully done. Okay, so that's phase 1 completed. So continue. Still a bit more support and a bit more science. Okay, so looking next. So that one there is now got 8 months to go for the next phase of that mission. We've got 1 month to go for the payload. Let's continue. Okay, so the moon landing payload is ready to go. We have vehicle booster gains 3 experience levels after launch, and we have minus 10% launch reliability. Not the best, but I'm sure we can live with it. Okay, so can we reuse the design? No. So we need to go for the new design. And we're going to be using the Saturn IVB. And we're going to be using the Saturn V. Okay. We'll keep it as the Atasoi. Like I say, if anyone would like to give any name suggestions for rockets, please leave some comments down below, and I'll see what we can do with that. But some names would be very helpful to get some good name designs going. So we'll save that design for the minute. Because I say these are just generic ones, so it'd be nice if you can put forward any new names. Like I say, we have got the issue of the large launch pad isn't ready yet, but it will be. And the other concern is we're not actually got the funds yet to do this mission. So we could go to the contractor, which we probably will do just for the sake of it'll increase it by 3 months though, but I think we should be able to handle that. So let's select that contractor of the Astronautica. We'll confirm it, and like I say, we can't do anything for a minute until next month. Okay, so let's go back and go to the next month. We can now get this built. Actually, it's going to take 1 year and 6 months for that rocket, so a long time to wait, but we'll see how it goes. How's everyone else? What's everyone else doing? So NASA is doing the orbital EVA, Soviets is doing the same, and ESA, and China's been quiet. So they've recently done the Mercury orbit, the ESA have done the Venus impactor, the Soviets done the Mercury orbit, and NASA's done the multi-crew. Okay, so let's see what they're researching as well. So they're researching Marina 8. Soviets aren't doing anything. ESA is doing the PR office, and the Chinese are doing the +1 mission control expansion. Which, I believe, unless there's another one, it could be. Yeah, that's what we've got there. So they could, oh, they're probably doing this one down here so they can get another mission on the go. Yeah, it would be useful to have additional missions, but the problem is it's just funding is our issue. We can't keep going with the way we're going with all the missions. So let's just continue. So Comsat's ready to go, which is good. Okay, the Subsurface Penetrator is ready to go, and the contract effects are decreased by 50%. Okay then. So reuse design will be the Karashar. Load design. Again, it's going to take ages for us to get this. If we went to the contractors, they're reduced anyway, so it probably isn't going to benefit us doing that. It's only a month extra, but still. The price hasn't gone down much, but it's gone down significantly, but it's not very worth doing. So we can confirm it, but we can't build it because we've got a long way to go before we have the funds available for that. Again, it's a shame because this is the one that can give us 5,000k. So a lot, well, pretty much 5 million, isn't it? So a lot there. So this one won't give us any funding either, but it'll be another mission ready to go. So we need to set research. So anything here that's going to give us any, but then again the issue is here we can get it, it's just a case of we won't be able to build it because we won't have the funds. Anything down here, this is mainly going to give us support. Like I say, we could push on down here and get the space station ready to go, or come back up and do, I really just want to push on to the space station. I really want the space station. So an orbital space station will give our agency a permanent base in low Earth orbit, providing valuable data on the long-term effects of living in space on humans and allowing us to perform new forms of scientific research. So yeah, we'll get on with that. That sounds awesome. Okay. Right, so we've got 2 months to go for the large launch pad, which is brilliant. And like I say, we just have to wait a couple of months to go before we get this mission done. So let's just go to the next event. Okay, EVA astronaut interviewed. A news program has interviewed astronaut Fukuda Suzuki about your agency's recent Spacewalk Manoeuvring Unit mission. The astronaut told of a surreal moment when a spatula broke free and floated away into space after it was used to apply heat-resistant gel to a heat shield. It was my favourite spatula, Fukuda Suzuki laminated. Okay, so gained support, which is nice, and we gained the large launch pad is complete. Give a quick look at that. So looks very nice down there. So we've got all our rockets here. So we've got the small, the medium, and now the large. So future-proofing the base. Okay, so like I say, we've got 2 or 3 more months to go before we can get that built. And we've got 3 more months to go for the sensor, and we got 15 to go for the rocket to go to the moon. Okay, so next month we'll have our review. So China offering tech exchange. China suggested an exchange of boosted technology in order to improve both agencies' launch vehicles. Your agencies have estimated the exchange would grant Assure, the vehicle for your crewed moon landing mission, a 20% launch reliability increase, yet it would also grant China science boost. The Assure's current launch reliability is 66%. Okay, as much as I'm not a big fan of giving an exchange with China because we aren't in good relations, this would improve relations but also give us 86% on our launch reliability, especially when we're going to have 3 astronauts on board. So, will they do the exchange? So you agree to the exchange. The Atasu launch reliability increased by 20% to 86%, and China gained science. Again, it'd be nice to know how much they gained, or if it's a specific research in particular, but it would be nice, even if it's one of the categories, just something. Okay, and we gained some more funding, so we're at 408,000 per month now. Brilliant. Yeah, so with that, it'd be nice to know if they got mission science in there. So the China's gained science. It would be nice to know if it was mission, buildings, vehicles, or just a figure, a value to indicate what they actually got. But oh well. Okay, so we've got about 2 or 3 months to go on that one, so we may as well skip to the next month. Right, face on Mars. A recent image taken during your Mars orbit mission has captured the public's imagination due to its uncanny resemblance to a human face. Your scientists have explained that it's simply an optical illusion due to shadows falling on a Martian hill, yet more eccentric sections of the media have claimed it could be clear evidence of ancient civilization. Your researchers are keen to dismiss such stories, yet your PR have noted the potential for increasing support for space exploration. Yeah, let's encourage it, why not? It all fits. Your agency has made the most of the speculations using the image in a fundraising campaign promoting missions to Mars. A popular magazine, which gave prominent coverage to previous UFO conspiracies, have plastered the face on its front page, declaring it all fits. So we gained an extra 200k. Well, we need the money, and with that, we've got 1 more month to go, and we get this rocket sent off, which hopefully will come back and give us 5 million, which will keep the Japanese Space Agency going for a bit longer. Right, so we're 13 months away for this rocket to be ready for the moon landing, and 1 more month for the sensors, which is going to give us a bump in science. Right then, let's go. Okay, so that next phase is ready to go, so let's go in, and it could auto-resolve, because I've never tried that before, but, so we've got strong comms and 5%, yeah, so we've got 15% from the modifiers, failure's only 10%. I'm tempted, because I say, I've never done it before, so let's auto-resolve and see, actually I don't think we probably won't get the bonus, because this bonus is 70% complete, but I don't see who's going to, because the payload reliability was shocking. Okay, let's do it. Just cancel it. So what we're going to lose, we'll probably lose a bit of science and support. There's no personnel on board, is there? Nope. Okay, so we're not going to lose anybody for this. So let's give it a shot, guys. What do you think? Go. Well, mission control must be successful then, so happy days. Didn't say what percentage though. But we achieved it. Nice. So we gained a load more research for that, but it would have been nice to know what percentage, but I don't know. So that's fine, but that mission is now complete. We now have the funding for this rocket, so in 7 months time we can launch that and should have 5 million back. Well, be able to launch it and then go towards getting 5 million credits and also some vehicle upgrades. Very nice. So in here we now have a manoeuvring evaluation, which is a lot of funding. And we have another vehicle improved guidance system, so plus 20% chance of positive event during launch, and that would be nice. It's a shame that it didn't have funding there, because that would be even better, but I'm tempted to go for this one, even though it would be hard to get the money to pay for everything, but it's something that we do very much need. So we're not going to be able to, we can start looking at planning the commercial satellite. We have the research, we have the rockets and the suggested miracle parts. It's a nice lump sum of money. I just feel that we're rushing ahead with the main milestone, which is what we need to do to a certain degree. But we are very low on funds, so let's start planning this mission. So yeah, so maneuvering evaluation. Perform a series of tests to evaluate accrued capsule maneuvering maneuvering capabilities, adjusting orbital shape and altitude. Okay, I just like it. It's lucrative. So 5,625k. Got one phase. It's ambitious, but I think we should be able to do it. And if we get the bonus done, oh, that'd be a bit extra. So we'll plan this one. So it's the Gemini payload. So we've got standard, crude, and comms. We'll stick with a standard. Yeah, we can't even build it, so we can set the payload, but we're going to have to wait a couple of months. Should be able to get it next month. So we'll hold fire, go to the next month, come back in, and we will build it. 4 months' time. And like I say, research is done next month, so we'll skip another month. Yep, so research is done. So, research era 3, Mars and beyond. Humans orbit the Earth. Ingenuity, bravery has overcome the challenges of early spaceflight. Minds are turning towards notions long thought impossible. Could it even be possible to send humans to the red planet? So we've unlocked outer planets. Oh wow. So, the race to Mars begins. Landing humans on Mars is the ultimate milestone for our agency, and achieving it first must be our primary long-term goal. Getting there will be our greatest technological challenge, and we'll need to gain plenty of mission experience over the following decades before we're ready for it. But with your leadership, we can make humanity a multi-planetary species. So the race to Mars screen is now unlocked. Another screen. Okay, so what we've got here. So the race to Mars screen is now unlocked and can be accessed here. Okay. Mars readiness. So so race to Mars screen. On the race to Mars screen, you'll be able to track your progress towards launching a crewed Mars landing mission, the ultimate milestone for your agency. So Mars readiness represents how prepared overall your agency is for the final mission. Increasing your Mars readiness is vital to stand in any chance of success in the mission. You can improve your Mars readiness by gaining experience, expertise, and preparation. So Mars experience can be earned by successfully completing missions. Increasing the experience will, Mars experience will reduce the task requirements in the crewed Mars landing mission. The expertise, earning Mars expertise by completing research, increasing Mars expertise will improve the payload reliability, crew capacity, and power of your payload in the mission. Mars preparation can be gained by completing up to 4 unique preparation missions to Mars. Increasing Mars preparation improves the payload module used in the mission. Okay. So, requirements. Unlocking the mission itself will require specific research and the completion of 2 requested milestone missions. Okay. Rival progress. You'll be able to track the progress of your agencies. That's a shame, they've got 1% already. Okay, it is here. Staying ahead of the competition is vital for your agency is going to land the first humans on Mars. Note that the crewed Mars landing can also be attempted as a joint mission, but you'll need maximum reputation with your agencies to unlock it. That's nice. So, long road to the red planet. The journey to Mars will be a marathon, not a sprint. Continuing to grow your agency and completing a wide array of missions is key to increasing your Mars readiness and to one day set foot on Mars. Okay, so we need to get the crewed Mars landing and the Orion, and we need to do the Mars requirement engine and habitat, and then the Mars requirement send lander. Wow, so yeah, it's abysmal at the minute, so we can't start it, but it's surprising that the Soviets have already got 1% and we haven't got anything, but we'll have to wait and see what that means. So is anything on Mars different now? Okay, so that actually will gain us 1% experience by completing that mission, so that's good news. Okay, so yeah, we've got to do Mars lander. Okay, so we've now got the space station unlocked. We could go for the Skylab. And all this is experience, so everything that we're doing here is all experience towards going to Mars. And if I look there, we've now got Jupiter. So we've got a Jupiter flyby and a Jupiter orbiter. Very nice. We've got Saturn, so again flyby and orbiter. Good research and experience. Got Uranus, flyby. Neptune, they've got a flyby, and Pluto, I've got a flyby. Okay, very nice. And this is Voyager. Okay, so Saturn, Jupiter flyby, and then dwarf planet. So to get them Pluto flyby, we need to complete all this, supposedly. So we need 19. Okay, and that's the end of the solar system. Yep. So Mercury, Venus, Earth, Moon. Got Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Okay, so active missions. So the moon landing is 10 months for the rocket to be built. We've got 5 months for the subsurface penetrator, and the maneuvering evaluation is 3 months for the payload. Research wise, just go back to milestones and go to, yeah, so the satellite communication is ready to go, as well as, yeah, we need the Skylab to complete this space station. So it might be worth coming down here and then going back up to the lander and then down to the Vesta. Okay, so Skylab, an orbital space station capable of housing multiple crew and equipped with a wide array of scientific instruments. Okay then, so we'll get that on the way to going. It's 8,000, so it's got a long way to go. Okay, and like I say, we're just waiting now, so fortunately we may as well skip to the next event. So they've got satellite, Venus orbiter, Venus orbit. So they're doing their things, the agencies. So the payload is now ready to go. Design. Select vehicle, and we can reuse the Karashar. So design. Okay. So I think that's as best we can do. Okay, so that's the Atlas. Yeah, that's what we already had. Okay, so I think that's going to be the best one we can do. We can't afford it unless it'll increase the months, but we select that now, we can actually build it. Okay, brilliant. So we can get that ready to go. This will give us 2% as well, so that's even better. Yeah, it would be nice to do space one because of that vehicle upgrade, but we'll have to hold fire. The moon has the far side, but that's just research again. And the moon, Mars hasn't got anything ready to go. So, active missions. 7 for the moon landing, 2 for the penetrator, and the evaluation has got 8 months. So, may as well skip to the next month because the research is still going. And we are now at the... So the subsurface penetrator vehicle is completed. So minus 50% launch reliability penalty for suboptimal launch windows. Not good. And increased frequency of suboptimal launch windows. Yep, not the best. So see how that goes. Okay, so let's get the payload done because it's only at 70% compared to the 86% for the launch. And the dates are absolutely terrible. So we're going to have to probably... Yep, April's the only date we can really go because we can't do... this is just invalid. So we'll have to lose 10% on that. So we can select that date. I think we can survive that 76%. So let's just continue and prepare that mission. Okay, so what have we got over here? Right, so we've got Global Surveyor, so that's again research and support. Okay, go back to Earth, and okay, so that mission's planned. We've got 5 months to go for the crewed moon landing and 6 to go for the evaluation. Astronauts are ready to go. Don't see the need to hire any additional. We've got enough what we need. So next event. Okay, so we've got a budget, so let's just skip it. And we didn't get anywhere near, so we've got miles to go before we get to the next level. So let's have a quick scan around and see what the other agencies have been up to. Okay, so the commercial satellite, we're going to lose this one because they're all pushing ahead for that, so we probably won't get that one. Okay, and out here, they're probably all mostly finished them, yep. And same for that as well. So going to the moon, no one else is planning even research this one, so they might have skipped it, and they probably skipped it and went straight for the commercial satellites. So we picked that one. We will go back to do the satellite, but we may not actually achieve it, so or get 1, 2 or 3. No one's researched the Mars lander, so that's good news, and out there no one's doing anything. So go to the agencies. So we are pretty good with ESA, but I don't think it's enough to actually do a joint mission. NASA's there, so they're now researching the crew moon landing, and they've just done the orbital EVA, and they've got a Venus orbit coming up. Soviets have got the contracts office and orbital EVA they've just done, and the commercial satellite. ESA's is the Mars lander, so they're researching that already, so excuse me, we do need to step a game up if we want to get that done. The orbital EVA is ready to go as well. Yeah. Okay, so they've got the commercial satellite upcoming. The Soviets are doing the Shenzhou, the Mars flyby, and the multi-crew orbit. Okay, a bit behind that one they are, but they're pushing forward in other areas then. I could say research is on the Skylab, and then from there we'll push back onto the Mars lander and then onto the Vesta payload. At the minute, active mission wise, we've got 3 months to go for that launch, 2 for the moon landing, and 3 for the evaluation. So we'll go to the next month. Okay, Sibian has completed phase 1 of the Mars orbit. Okay, next month. So the crewed moon landing vehicle is complete. It has a 10% payload reliability, which is fantastic, and the mission training bonus is reduced by 50% per month. Not the best, but let's look at the launch preparations. Astronauts, will us assign the astronauts we have. Confirm. Just go back. So 85% and 90%, 91% for the launch. So let's again focus on the payload, and we will 4.5. I'm just having to just launch next month. We're not going to get much extra, I don't think. %. 88 and 9. Okay, yeah. We waited all this time, so 3 months ain't going to be different to get a 9% payload. We are talking about 3 astronauts lives here, so the better we can get these reliabilities there, the better it will be. So we'll confirm that for 3 months. We've waited all this time, so waiting a little bit longer isn't going to be the end of the world. Okay, so we've now got control systems check, so more science. And I believe that's all we can do. Yeah, so next month we can do launching the Subsurface Penetrator, so let's go for that. Okay, and the Manoeuvring evaluation vehicle is complete, and it's got plus 5% payload reliability. That's good news as well. Alright, Subsurface Penetrator, this is a very lucrative mission, and it's got 2 phases, 85% for the payload and 76% for the launch. So let's go. Okay. Skip that. Okay, so we've got 4% for adequate conditions and 8% launch reliability at 5% critical. Fingers crossed, let's go. Okay, looking good. Another successful launch. Okay, 56%, perfect. Let's continue. And no, yep, that's fine. They're all leveled up. So Service Penetrator. Okay, so first task, we need to gain 7 navigation, 2 thrust. Bonus is 40 navigations and 4 thrust. Got comms, data, and power as secondary objectives. Okay, I'll see what I can do, and I'll be back in a second. Right then, we're back, guys. Last turn, so we're going to have to do the control burns with 2 comms and a navigation for thrust to gain the thrust we require. And we need 2 more navigation, so we're going to use the comms we've got spared up and the data to gain 3 navigation and a comm, and then we'll recharge. Fingers crossed that works. Then that will be able to achieve the bonus objective. First one successful, and second one is very good as well. Brilliant. So phase 1 is complete. Okay, and oh, we're getting some credits just off the bat. I thought we'd get at the end of the mission, but that's good news. We need that funding. Okay, so objectives now. We can set the manoeuvring evaluation. We need 2 astronauts, which the concern for that is we haven't got 2. So it's this is for a lucrative mission, so we could hire 2 and then maybe let them go or keep them. Someone has to decide. 2 months to go for the crewed moon landing, and we've got 8 months to go for the next phase of the subsurface penetrator. Okay, so we're actually going to, it looks like we're making good profit here, so I think we should be able to hire 2 more astronauts. We might have to let them go, we'll see how it goes. But just going back here, we've got payload 75% and launch is 86%. So we have a test pilot, athlete, longevity, test pilot, longevity, and celebrity. Okay, the only ones I'm interested in here, maybe just getting the 2 test pilots and then doing training missions. So you've got a few years to go. 22 to 51. Celebrity might be good to get in the support pack. What's the support in this one? There is no support, so that's no good. The athlete's not the best. It's 50% recovery time. It's still good, but I don't know if it's the best. And that's increased retirement. Is that one? Okay, so let's hire the test pilots. I think they're going to be quite useful going forward. So let's hire these 2. Confirm. So that's taken up to 96%, so that should be very good, and we can now whack everything in training purposes onto the payload. So let's confirm the date. We could go for 15 dates, but I just think there's no reason not to launch next month. Excuse me. That gets us the funds that we need as well. So still 78% payload reliability, which is still good. So let's confirm that and go. Okay, so just quick recap. We've got 2 months to go for the moon landing. The Penetrator's got 8 months for the next phase of the mission, and we're launching next month for the manoeuvring evaluation. Okay, so let's go. Okay, yes, there's another lucrative mission. We do need the credits, so let's. But we have got a nice 90% launch reliability and 78% payload. So let's go for the mission. Okay, so it's a nice night launch with an accurate condition. We've got 1% of a critical failure, 90% launch reliability, so let's continue. Okay, I do like night launches, they do look quite pretty. Brilliant, come on. Ah, a shame. But secure launch is good. And, yep. Continue. Okay, so movement evaluation. Okay, so to achieve this objective, we need 6 comms, 6 data, 9 navigation, and the bonus is 12 comms, 12 data, and 18 navigation. We've got power and 2 crew members. So I'll see what I can do, and I'll get back to you. Okay, last turn. So we've got navigation, we just need 1 data and 1 comms. So we're going to recharge the battery 3 times, and we're going to do a flight path control, which again is the 2, 13 and 20 navigation, which achieves the bonus objective, and recharging would just mean we'll ensure we have enough anything goes wrong, which this has been successful. So phase has been complete, so now we've got to perform the controlled re-entry. to bring the astronauts safely back to Earth. Okay, so this one we need 9 comms, 11 navigation to complete the mission. To get the extra bonus we need 18 comms and 22 navigation. We've got data, power and crew to do this, and we've got to keep an eye on our heat. So I'll see what I can do. I'm back in a sec. Okay, so got 2 turns to go, but I believe we can do it in this turn. So if we do a power and crew, that gives us the comms, the bonus, and we just need 2 navigation, which if we used a data and the heat to bring it down. Yep, so heat will be modified between that and keep below 4, so task will end at the end of the turn if the conditions are not met. Yep, so that's fine. So we've now got the 19 and 22. If we then just recharge, it gives us the extra power we need to resist anything if it happens. That one's fine. And that one's great. And mission successful. So 2 astronauts are going to be safely returned to Earth, which is always a bonus. So mission complete, and we're getting the extra 2,800. So we're getting an absolute amazing 8.4 million. Sweet. And we've got some more bonus preparation. We've got experience and total. Fantastic. And so the astronauts now recover for 6 months, so they'll be recuperating. Okay then, so looking at the active missions, we've got 1 more month to go for the crewed moon landing, and the subsurface penetrator going to Mars has got 7 more months to go for the next phase. So what can we do with our next mission? So we could start looking at planning the commercial satellite. So unless these guys fail, I don't see that's going to happen. They will take the first slot. Quest missions, EVA repair exercise looks good, but nothing there is standing out. Quest missions, we've got the far side and the lunar radiation, but that's just science. And on the Mars, we have the global surveyor, but that's a lot of science. Again, it will be 3 phases of that mission. So you've got the trajectory, the mid-course manoeuvring, and then the Martian orbit. Milestone, we can't do the land just yet because we're getting in the research, but I feel we should move on and possibly do the commercial satellite. Yeah, because Skylab is a little bit away from being done. So we could either go off and get a load of research, so like the EVA repair exercise looks pretty good, to then gain the extra science boost to then do other missions later. It's only 1 month, it's not very, it's demanding. We have the we have the parts. Okay, so a crewed mission in which the astronauts will exit the spacecraft to simulate a series of repairs, improving our knowledge and weightless activities and their physiological effects. So we'll plan this mission, and I'm just going to stick with standard one. Not going to bother looking, just going to get standard and go. Like I say, I would have gone for the commercial satellite, but as these 3 are already rapidly going straight for, one of them will get there. I'm not surprised if all 3 of them get it, so I'd rather move on to what we can achieve. So the time is here. Next month to moon landing. The day is finally here. Okay, so 90% payload reliability, 91% launch reliability. It's good. So let's launch the mission. Oh, I think we've got a night launch. We have. Beautiful. Nice looking rocket. The Atsur of June 1970. Okay, so got good conditions. So we've got 8%, so we've got 1% critical, and the rest is positive. Let's go. Let's send these 3 astronauts to the moon. Go on, you can do it. That is a nice rocket. Nice, looks like a good launch. How well did it go? Oh, quite low though, 18%, but still happy with that. Secure launch, 3 astronaut lives are safe, and we've gained 3 level for the booster and just 1 for the stage. Brilliant. Let's continue. And we've got the crewed moon landing. Okay, continue. So, to complete this mission we need 5 comms, 5 navigation and 5 thrust. Bonus is 10 comms, 10 navigation and 10 thrust. We've got data, power and crew as secondary resources. So, where to begin? Again, I'm going to leave the thrust. We've got 4 turns, and obviously the thrust decays every turn, so we need to be looking at doing this control burn in the next turn. So, but we need to ensure we have enough comms to achieve it. So we'll see how that goes. So if we do use some power and crew, and yeah, we could use some comms as well, but we don't want to do this one just yet because otherwise we're going to be losing thrust from day 1. Or from the first turn. We'll have to start doing that next turn to ensure we've got enough thrust to even attempt for the bonus mission. Okay, we could turn some comms straight into navigation, into data into navigation, and turn some power into there. Then that gives a load of comms, which we're going to need comms if we're going to do the thrusts. We just need to get that data, the navigation through going. But still, let's move on. It's a nice looking payload though. Okay, let's keep going. We've only got a 10% failure margin, so hopefully that should mean we should have some good successes. Select them 3, and you can't lose anything at negative anyway. So this turn we're going to need to have 10. So if we're doing that, we're going to have to do the thrust this turn to even have an attempt to get 10. We've got the thrust. Sorry, we've got the comms for the bonus. We need to get the navigation up. So the highest navigation we've got is 2, 2, and 3. So we can use the 2 there. That gives us 5, and use a power and a crew member to gain some additional resources, which gives us the additional comms, additional data for thrust and navigation. So we'll confirm that, which is successful, and successful, and just in, but good enough. Okay, we've lost the decay with the thrust decaying, so we're going to have to do a control burn again, and we will do another trajectory optimization. So now we should be back up with getting our data and navigation, and we will do another crew and power to keep the resources high to be able to do another thrust and another control burn and trajectory optimization next term. So let's confirm that. That's good. Very good. And the last one is positive at 96. I'm liking these new cutscenes. Okay, so that was software optimization, so we gained additional comms. Fantastic. And we lost another thrust. So we're now on the very last turn. If we now do a control burn, that gives us our thrust requirement. We don't need anything else, so I'm just going to throw the rest into power because we've got our comms, with navigation, and we have our thrust. So let's confirm. Recharge, and again, first fail, or a fail. And we can resist. We don't need to, but we're going to. We've got the power, so let's resist it and confirm and do it properly. So we've now performed the translunar injection. We now need to achieve the lunar orbit once we get to the moon. Okay. Okay, so achieve lunar orbit. So as we do this, we need 8 comms, 3 data, and 8 navigation. For the bonus, we need 15 comms, 5 data, 15 navigation. We've got power and crew to do the mission. We've got 4 turns to do it in with 3 command slots. So we'll probably use power and crew to start just to give ourselves some base resources. And we need to be aiming at getting the comms and the navigation. So let's use that additional data to get 3 and 3 for the navigation and comms. And next one, we could do another crew one, because then that'll give us more comms to go forward. So I think that's looking positive. So let's confirm that. Okay, we've got a fail there, 4%. It's not good. Okay, astronaut exhaustion. Okay, it happens, so let's resist it. Give him some coffee. Perk him up, or her up. Okay, that one's good. And 14% is good enough. Right then, so 6, 2 and 7. So we'll do another flight path control to keep the resources coming. We could do a orbital plane adjustment. I think I'll do the stabilization for the 2 data. And okay, so we've got 3 turns to go after 2 turns after this one. We need 3 data and some 5 comms. So it's tempted to do the module data correction as well. That'll give us a lot of comms. Yeah, we'll do that. Sounds good to me. Okay, first command successful. Second was just in, brilliant. And the third one is 73%, bargain. Cool, so 2 turns to go. We've got 1 data to get, 3 comms and 3 navigation. So we'll do a power and a crew. That'll give us the comms, and we need 1 more data and 1 more navigation. So might play it safe and probably just like recharge, and I can then do that mission again, to be fair. Then we've already got 2. Okay, so to get the comms and the data, we could do 2 navigation and then take that back and do 2. Yeah, so we do two comms into 3 data and 2 navigation, then use the 2 data and then do 3 navigation and 3 comms. That would then give the resources with 2 spare. So let's confirm that. Okay, we've got a first fail. It's not a major thing. We should be able to control error, so that would lose a comms. So we'll just resist it. I think we're going to need to. Probably don't need to, but that's successful. So, and the final one at 65% bonus. So nice. We had a turn to go, but we've achieved lunar orbit. Brilliant. So let's continue. Oh, look at it. We've on our way to the moon. Okay, so perform lunar descent. Okay, so we need 8 comms, 5 data, and 5 navigation. For the bonus is 15 comms, 10 data, and 10 navigation. And again, we've got power and crew to achieve it. And we do need to keep an eye on the drift. We need to make sure we keep it between -1 and 1. Drift must meet the above conditions to complete the task. Okay, so we've got 4 turns to do this in. And what can we do? So we need to get some base resources going. So we need a lot more comms than we do anything else. So let's do that one. The power, crew, and drift to get some base resources going. We could then turn the data and the drift into navigation, or we could do some power and get a load of navigation that way. Or we could use the navigation to gain some base resources here. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need to keep this until we get to the end. But I could do power to get the data, and then I can use the data. No, I don't need to do that, to be fair. Because I really need the comms, so sorry, yeah, it needs the comms, so we could do that. Use the data navigation to gain a load of comms off the bat, and then turn them into. I just think this is a bit of a drift, too much. Nope. Okay, that's fine. Let's do that. Don't need to keep this. Gravity is required for complex maneuvers such as docking. Keep drift within the required parameters to complete the task. Bonus side parameters will only fail the mission, not when no turns remain. Yeah, so we've just got to make sure we get that at the end of the turn. So let's confirm that. Continue. Okay, we've got a fail on that one, but we have power, so we can resist it for. Otherwise, we'll resist it. We've got the power, and that's successful. Okay, so now moving forward, we probably want to do again the power, the crew, and the drift. It brings it back in line, so it keeps it manageable. Okay, and then we need to gain. Could do Yeah, let's do that one again to use two comms to get free data, 2 navigation and free drift. That is getting out of control though, a little bit, because we need to somehow get all that back in, which we could do that. Because I don't want to get this too far out of control, otherwise we won't be able to bring it back in easily enough. But if we do 2 data and 2 drift, that gives us 7, 7 and 10. I think that's actually... yeah, still like the idea of that. And then... just need to make sure we can, because we've got 2 turns after this, we could get the data up pretty quickly by doing that. And the navigation was still, if we did that, we only need free navigation, which we should be okay, so we'll confirm that. Successful. That's good, 50% and 24%. Brilliant. Okay, so we've now got 1 off from the comms. We do need to start getting the data up, so let's do a power and a navigation. We'll do a power, crew and drift to get us 2 navigations, 1 comm and 2 data. So that gets the comms, the data, and we need 2 more for navigation. So can we yeah, no, that's the wrong way. We need to go. Okay, so we could do that, or we could use power. That would do. We could use a power, but if we have any issues, we won't be able to resolve it. So that would work as well, wouldn't it? Then we'll just have to do 1 turn to get the. Let's play a bit. We've got another turn to resolve this, so we should be fine. So if we use the power, we get free navigation and a drift. That gets the drift back in between -1 and 1, and we get the 15 data, 10 comms, 10 data, and 10 navigation. We'll achieve that. So let's confirm. Okay, the first one's successful, second one's successful, and the third one, again, brilliant. So that's achieved the bonus objective as well, with still 1 turn left to go. Very nice. Oh, I am liking these cutscenes. Are we going to see the astronaut come out? Oh, here we go. There's the Earth in the background. Oh, there's the first footprint and the first flag. Ooh, Japan dominating the moon. Well, next thing is now is to do the dock with command module. Okay then, so continue. And it's off it goes back up. Okay, so dock with command module. Let's go. Okay, so we need 5 data, 9 navigation, and the bonus is 10 data, 18 navigation. We've got comms, power, and crew to complete the mission, secondary resources. And drift needs to be 0, so we must keep drift together. Okay, and that's at the end of the task as well. Okay, so I like the idea. We'll go for the power and the crew to get some nice base resources. We need a lot more navigation, so we do need to maybe use the power and the comms and the drift. That would bring it back to 0 and get us a load of navigation. Then we could use a navigation. We could use, actually, that's not a bad idea, but it is 2. But we could use, yeah, that's fine. I'm sure we could bring the drift back in. We've got a few commands here that I can do it. So if we do that, that gives us a nice little boost. So we'll confirm that. Brilliant. Nice, successful. Brilliant. And correct. Okay. Yep, so we need to bring that drift back in. So if we use the 2 power, a comms, and a drift, that'll bring it back to 1. And if we use a power, a drift, that'll bring it to 4, and then we can recharge. Gives us 2 turns to get 2 navigation and 5 data, which should be okay. So we'll confirm that. The recharge, we do the orbital plane adjustment, so that was done correctly. And yep, the sampling was done correctly as well. So that brings us back into 0. We now need to get 2 navigation and 5 data. So to get the 5 data, we could just do a power and a navigation. But actually, we could do a power and a crew, and a power and a navigate and a drift. That would give us the resource we can then recharge. But if one of these fails, we won't have anything to counteract with it, but we still have a turn to go. So is there a better way to do this? So we need to get 2 navigation, which we could just do power. Okay. No, I think that's probably the best option to do. So yeah, we could use crew to comms, but comms could then be used there, and then that would take us the wrong way. Now let's stick with what I was doing. Do power and crew, and then do power and... well, we could just do drift and navigation. Or power and navigation, sorry, and then recharge. Yeah, power and drift to give us that, and then we're back to 0. And we've got 1 left over, so we'll try that. I think that should be okay. If not, we've got 1 turn to rectify any issues. Okay, so we've got a fail here with something image there. So drift miscalculation, so reset it. And success. So that brings us back to there correctly. And that task is complete. That has to be perfect, otherwise you're not going to line up properly. Nice. So dock with command module done. We now need to perform the controlled re-entry to bring the astronauts safely back to Earth. Okay, so we need 6 comms and 10 navigation to complete the objective. For the bonus, we need 12 comms, 20 navigation, and secondary resources data, power, and crew. So, I think as per ever, we'll do the crew and the power to gain some base resources. We need to re-ramp up the navigation, so let's use some power. Could do power, or we could do the 2 comms and get free navigation and free comms. Okay. Yes, we do need to worry about the heat, and it's going to go up every turn, so we need to get rid of that heat. So let's use the heat over here. Some power, navigation, and free heat to get comms and data. So that'll rapidly get up the data really quickly on turn 1. Then we can concentrate on the navigation. Okay, so that's good. Brilliant. Yeah, because the heat can be 1 to 5, so that's going to be interesting. Accept, and heat check gives us 5. Yep, so we do need to be very careful how that works. So I'm going to go straight away again with power, navigation, and heat to bring that back down to 2. We then need to... okay, so we now have the comms done. We need to go straight ahead with the... tempted to do that, and we could do that to bring the heat down again, because if we get another 5, we're going to be losing control there. But we're going to have a load of comms which we can use here to bring the heat down as well and get a load of... but that's going to give data, and then you've got data up here for comms. Data doesn't go to navigation, does it? Maybe here. Okay, we'll go with that and just see how we go. Okay, so that one was fine. That's good. Okay, and another successful. And just be nice to just get 1. Nope, 4 again. I think that was 4. God. Okay, so we're going to have to do... so we could do... oh, well, it's only 1 though, isn't it? Could do... yeah, the thing is we need navigation, that's the problem. And this one here is the biggest one, but it uses all the power. And I need to use that as well. Okay, so I need to get that to get the power down. and we need to be within just below 4, so we should be okay if we wanted to do that. So we need to get that. So we're getting bloody plenty of, and we could do 2 there, but I'm thinking we've only got 2 turns to get 20. We haven't got enough power. We haven't got enough, so we need to still get 9 per 9 in the turn. It's going to be quite hard. So we could do that, which will then give us 7 for the turn. Even recharging, we have to recharge twice and get 6 here. So we could do 2 there for 6, but we need 7. And we'll have the heat to contend with. So I'm not sure we're going to be able to achieve the bonus mission for this one, because I really need to do that. Need to recharge and then do that possibly. That would work. Then we could just have 6, which we'll do here. Okay, we'll go for that and see what happens. Hopefully we don't go too crazy with the heat. Okay. So we're at 4. It's not bad. Okay, so we can do crew and heat to get that. That brings the heat down. Should be okay, because we're not going to get any more heat now. We just need to make sure it's below 4. We need 6. If we're not going to go below 4, we shouldn't need to. Oh no, because it's got to be below 4. So we could do 2 there to get extra. Again, it's more comms. I don't need comms. Yeah, that ain't going to help either. So how are we going to do this then? So that could give us 3 there. Need to recharge. Is it possible? So yeah, we need 6. So, and we need to get rid of heat. So one of them needs to be heat. Yeah, we'd be just a bit shy. Yeah, nothing here gets us any navigation for the heat. Just gives us loads of comms. So we could do that. Well, so we've achieved the objective, which is the main thing. We just need to make sure we get the heat done. So that'll be the first thing, is making sure we get rid of the heat. That was close. We could do that into that into that. That would do it. But we have no power to do any issues though, so this one would have to work. Very, very concerned that we might not get it. No, I'm going to play. I think I'm going to have to play it safe, aren't I? Because it's free. It's the astronauts' lives online, and it's not worth the extra. Yep, let's just do that and recharge twice. Confirm. Don't want to risk failing the mission and killing 3 astronauts. So let's just play it safe and bring the astronauts safely back to Earth. Okay, they're safely recovered. Yep, it's a shame we didn't get that last bit, but end of the day, I don't want to take the chance if we don't need to. Okay, so we've got a load of bonuses anyway, so we've got a lot of support and a load of science for 6 months, and additional experience and total Mars preparation. Okay, they're going to recuperate for 6 months, and as I say, we did it first. And we've got some more quest missions over here. And then I think we're there. So active missions now. We've got 6 months to go for the surface penetrator to do the next phase, and the EVA repair exercise is to be completed in free. But with that amazing, groundbreaking achievement and milestone complete for the Japanese Space Agency. Thank you very much for watching episode 10 of my Japan's Let's Play. If you like this video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next episode of Mars Horizon.